It is 2039, and the Earth has become overpopulated. Mankind is nearly passing on. The assembled countries proclaims that all countries should yearly cut their populaces by 5%. Following those orders, the US executes a standard called the diminishing. In the diminishing, the understudies should go to a state-sanctioned test consistently. In the test, whoever fizzles is executed by infusing them with a medication. The film begins as Lena Michaels is coaching a secondary school kid named Simon. Simon appears to struggle with settling the conditions, so he asks Lena for something. She takes out a container of focal points and hands it to him. When Simon wears them, he can take care of all the numerical statements. Somewhere else, we are acquainted with Edward Blake Redding, the child of Texas lead representative, Dignitary Redding. He slips away his home around evening time and meets his sweetheart, Ellie Harper, in his vehicle. Blake begins discussing the test they have the following day. Ellie is extremely apprehensive about it, however Blake guarantees her that she will pass. All at once, Blake's dad's gatekeeper tracks down them and takes Blake back to senior member's office. Dignitary is frustrated in Blake for escaping the prior night, such a significant test. He feels that Ellie is an interruption for Blake. The next day, it is the day of the test. Numerous understudies arranged external the school. They need to go through a serious security check prior to entering. Blake requests Lena for one from her review focal points, yet she is out of them. Lena and her companion, Kellen Woods, stand in the line to get inside. One of the understudies had swindles written in his arms. At the point when he is gotten, he attempts to take off. The gatekeepers catch him. Nobody has at any point had the option to get away from the test or undermine it. Inside the school, Blake and Ellie embrace once and for all prior to entering the test lobby. What's more, soon the test begins. They have 2 hours to finish the test. Everybody begins tackling the issues on their tablets. Lena addresses every one of them with next to no issue and is quick to finish it. Her companion, Kellen, is by all accounts battling. At the point when the test is finished, they quickly come by the outcomes. The educator in the class is calling a few names who bombed the test. Understudies are restless, trusting this will be over soon. The individuals who come up short are taken by the gatekeepers. They cry, oppose the watchman, and an even attempt to take off. The gatekeeper would pound those understudies who stand up to. Fortunately, Lena, Kellen, and Blake pass. In any case, without a second to spare, Blake's better half, Ellie, is called by the educator, so the gatekeepers remove her. He rapidly calls his dad and requests that he help Ellie. Nonetheless, his dad disagrees, saying that the law is no different for everybody. Disappointed, he hurries to save her himself. He goes after the gatekeepers and requests that Ellie take off, however, without any result. Nobody would have the option to get away. Blake continues to attempt to help Ellie, yet there isn't anything else he could do. It is presently a year after the fact and 24 hours before the diminishing test begins. It is Lena's younger sibling, Corinne's absolute first diminishing test. The doorbell rings. It is Lena's educator, Miss Birch, who has been dealing with Lena and Corinne like her own youngsters since their mom's passing. She attempts to quiet Lena down, since tomorrow is Corinne's most memorable test and Lena stresses over her sister. However, she guarantees them that all will be great. In the meantime, Blake keeps a video in his room. He means to compose completely off-base responses in the test to show his dad a thing or two. Sliced to the day of the test, Lena drops Corinne to her kindergarten. In Corinne's group, they are given a video liveliness showing the present status of the Earth, so all countries should yearly cut their populaces by 5%. A few nations carried out rules like permitting couples to have just a single kid, while others executed the more seasoned age. In America, nonetheless, the public authority chose to keep hands down the most astute ones and execute the others. These youngsters are no exemption. The youngsters' test then, at that point, begins. Their educator is disheartened on the grounds that a portion of the kids will be executed. Fortunately, Corinne finishes the assessment. Lena and Kellen enter the school for their test too. The test starts and wraps up quickly. In the meantime, lead representative Dignitary tracks down Blake's recording and is fomented. He calls the test supervisor, Artisan Ruler, and orders him to pass Blake no matter what his score. Bricklayer switches his score with Lena, making Lena come up short. The experimental outcomes are in. However, amazingly, Lena's name is called as well. She has bombed the test. Birch stops the gatekeeper as they take her, guaranteeing that she is her smartest understudy and there should be some kind of problem with the framework. Notwithstanding, the outcomes are conclusive and can't be changed. She hands Lena a vital card so she can open the entryways and get away. Blake is amazed to not have fizzled. The understudies who pass show up at a school party to praise their outcomes. Somewhere else, Dignitary is giving a discourse as the lead representative to pronounce his administration for the leader of the U.S. He flaunts about their school system. Because of their framework, they figure out how to be the most incredible in schooling among 196 nations. As the crime percentage is diminishing by 26%, Blake pays attention to his dad's discourse, while at the party then, at that point, escapes it. He slips into the corridor and beats one of the gatekeepers. He then, at that point, goes into the control room. In the meantime, Lena and the understudies who have fizzled are taken into a room and put against a wall. They are compelled to eliminate all of their dress for disinfecting. Then Lena and the others are taken to a room where the gatekeepers are going to execute them by deadly infusion. Unexpectedly, Blake removes the power, making the entire school go dull. Taking this risk, the understudies who are going to be executed free themselves and attempt to take off. However, not even one of them succeeds, with the exception of Lena. She utilizes the key card her instructor had given her and escapes the room. Before long, Bricklayer comes to the room and requests a head count. They figure out that Lana is missing and begin searching for her. Blake tracks down Lana and helps her battling one of the watchmen. While talking, they understand that something was finished to Blake and Lana's outcomes. The two of them go into a vent and stow away. They follow the organization links to go to the server room where they can check out at the outcomes through the PC. In the meantime, the school is still in complete lockdown because of the power disappointment. The news gets outside and is being communicated all around the state. The Guardians outside are getting concerned. Lead Representative Senior Member calls Artisan to get some information about the circumstance. In the interim, the vents underneath Blake breaks, making him fall into the pool beneath. Lena hops after him. She frees him once again from the water, yet he isn't relaxing. Lena gives him CPR and some way or another figures out how to save him. Blake and Lena change to some garments they track down in the pool's storage spaces. They then keep on going through the vents and arrive at the server room. However, a watchman remains before the entryway. In addition, Lena's keycard tumbles down the vent before the gatekeeper. He doesn't see the card, yet presently she needs to get it back in some way. She will likely go to the science lab and get a string together with a magnet to fish the critical through the vent, so they head down to the lab to recover the hardware required. In any case, in the lab, they make a slight commotion, making the gatekeeper approach the lab. They rapidly attempt to get away. Lena figures out how to return to the vents, yet Blake is stuck concealing in the lab. Lena travels through it to fish the keys. She effectively figures out how to get it up midway, when out of nowhere, a watchman gets it. However, it just so happens it is Blake camouflaging as the watchman. He had beaten the watchman and placed his garments on. Right away, the watchman both of them had gone after before educates Bricklayer concerning them. He uncovers that Lena had a keycard with her. Bricklayer assembles every one of the instructors, thinking that somebody has given it to their understudies. At the point when Miss Birch is in the room with different educators, she plays with another educator and figures out how to take his keycard. Bricklayer keeps checking the instructors for their keycards and ID cards. Birch saves herself by showing them the card. Since the other instructor doesn't have his, Artisan undermines him to let them know where Lena is. Nonetheless, he demands he is clueless as Bricklayer beats him. Lena at long last gets to the server room. She opens the PC utilizing the critical card, yet Bricklayer has it safeguarded with a secret word. She then texts Kellen, who is great at hacking, to give her the entrance. After some time, Kellen accepts Lena's text. He assists her with overcoming Artisan's PC. Lena then looks for her outcomes and figures out she got 98%, yet at the same time fizzled, while Blake got 15% and passed. She does more research and finds out that Ellie also had gotten 88% and fizzled, while other people who had less stamps than her passed. Lena understands that the reviewing situation is manipulated and the lead representative has been bombing whoever he wishes to. Lena sends a document with the manipulated grades to Kellen. However, soon the power is back on and Bricklayer sees that she is in the server room. Lena understands this and runs out. Be that as it may, Artisan gets her very quickly. Blake, then again, is still in camouflage. He is with the understudies who have fizzled. He arranges the watchman to take them to the sporting lobby with different understudies. In any case, the Watchman rejects, so they get into a battle. The Watchmen limit him and figure out his personality. All of a sudden, Kellen accepts Lena's message and is shocked to see the manipulated results. Kellen is companions with the anchor person, so he rapidly messages it to the news channel. The reports broadcast the news showing the receipts of the squabble and the outcomes. After the photographs are released, the lead representative is called by his party head, who takes steps to take his official appointment back. Reluctant to allow that to occur, Dignitary Redding tosses every one of the allegations at Bricklayer and imagines that he is honest. He attempts to demonstrate this, so Thanks for watching this video. Subscribe this channel, like and comment this video, and share with your friends. I'll see you in the next video.